Hey, I'm Creech, and this is of course the Maserati Trident. But what does it mean and where does it come from? Today I'm going to be going over the history, meaning, and evolution of Maserati's iconic logo. In 1914, the Maserati brothers started out in the automotive industry, where the five brothers worked out of a garage in Bologna, Italy, by helping build cars for Isotta Fraschini, a now defunct automaker. At first, they designed and built cars and parts for other companies only, and they were inspired by their eldest brother Carlo, who built and raced motorized bicycles before he died from tuberculosis in 1910. In 1926, 12 years after they started, they would produce the first Maserati automobile out of this same garage. Named the Typo 26, which literally translates to Type 26, this Grand Prix race car would become the first car to bear the Trident logo that has since graced the body of every car Maserati has produced. The story of the Trident logo starts with one brother in particular, Mario Maserati. Rather than the engineering or business background that you would expect for automotive pioneers, Mario was a painter by profession, and as a natural artist, he took care of the design projects at Maserati. In 1920, while walking around the city of Bologna, Mario came across a statue of Neptune in a plaza called Piazza Maggiore. The bronze statue is part of a working fountain that was completed way back in 1566. The fountain was done by Tommaso Loretti and the statue by Baccio Bandinelli. Neptune is of course the Roman god of the sea. He was viewed as a very powerful god with the ability to control water and create storms in the ocean and seas, as well as being the god of horses. This leads to another important aspect of the underlying Italian culture: chariot racing. Horse-drawn chariot racing was one of, if not the most popular sport in ancient Rome, and the Romans believed Neptune to have influence over the performance of the horses. Italians would continue this passion for racing into the automotive age. Neptune is typically depicted wielding a trident. The trident is a three-pronged spear that was historically used by fishermen to spearfish. Thus, it is used as a symbol for the god of the sea. Mario Maserati saw the trident as a symbol that can convey the power, luxury, sophistication, royalty, and exclusivity that the brothers sought to offer with the design and performance of their cars. And we're lucky enough to have pictures of this early sketch of the trident and Maserati script below that was done by Mario. Although the logo would change a little over time, it is great to see it still holds the same major design characteristics after all these years. Using sketches of his design, Mario created the first Maserati badges out of rectangular pieces of silver with the trident and script painted on in black. 11 Typo 26s were built, and some of the badges also have Typo 26 above the trident, also in black. With the Typo 26 being complete, the Maserati brothers stopped building cars for other automakers and entered their car in the 1926 Targa Florio. To comply with the Targa Florio Grand Prix regulations, the Typo 26 was equipped with a supercharged 1.5-liter inline 8-cylinder and a 3-speed transmission. Driven by Alfieri Maserati, the Typo 26 raced through the Sicilian mountains and finished first place in the Grand Prix category and top 10 overall, although I found different sources claiming different exact placements for the car. The Typo 26's success helped Maserati become the independent automaker that we know it to be today. It competed in several races, including the 1930 Indy 500, and the final model was produced in 1932. Alfieri died that year in 1932, and Mario left to pursue other artistic interests, leaving just Ettore, Bindo, and Ernesto to run the company. A few years later, in 1937, the remaining brothers chose to sell the company to Adolfo Orsi, a fellow Italian and prominent industrialist who was based in Modena, Italy. The four living Maserati brothers would survive into the late 20th century, with Ettore being the last, passing away in 1990. So now that we know where the Maserati logo comes from and what it means, let's take a look at how it's changed over the years. The first change from Mario's original design came in the early 30s when the brothers began using a curved radiator. The curvature made it nearly impossible to attach the rectangular badge to, so the logo took on an oval shape. The trident and script were also cut out rather than painted on, and since the Typo 26s were typically red, this made the trident and script look red against the silver oval. Also, the colors red and blue are are associated with the city of Bologna, so color would eventually play a larger role in the logo design. During the Second World War, Maserati exchanged the red for blue with a white script and gold trident. Maserati ceased production of cars during the war to put their manufacturing resources to use for the Italian war effort. After the war ended, Maserati continued to use the blue logo until 1951. And that's when Maserati would introduce the iconic logo that you all recognize. This logo would remain largely unchanged until 2015. It uses a white oval that is trimmed in blue, and then there's a blue section at the bottom with the white printed Maserati script. The red trident is given back the detail that Mario originally drew it with. There was one hiccup from 1983 to 1985 where the logo was a white oval traced in black with the Maserati script also in black. The simplified trident is shown in blue. Maserati quickly went back to the better, now classic logo. In 2015, Maserati dropped the classic colors and oval for a standalone trident with the Maserati script underneath. This logo appears on cars in black, gray, or silver colors only, and the next change would come in 2020 where the Maserati script, which had always been a simple printed font, was changed to a handwritten cursive font. Again, this lacks the color that could once be found with Maseratis. While the logo has maintained the majority of its design over a period of more than 100 years, it hasn't been immune to oversimplification. I do like how the trident still maintains a decent amount of detail, and the script isn't as easy to read, but the trident is the main feature, and it is the trident that will always be instantly recognizable. I hope you enjoyed this video, as I plan on making more logo history videos in the future. And if you enjoy car history, make sure to check out the Automotive Icons playlist on my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.